It started with a flashing light in the rearview mirror, blue and red, cutting through the dark, the kind that makes your heart race even when you've done nothing wrong. On a quiet stretch of highway just outside Brentwood, Illinois, 27-year-old Leah Matthews pulled her car to the side of the road. She'd been driving home from her late-night nursing shift, exhausted but relieved to finally be heading home. When the man approached her car, he looked every bit the part. The uniform, the badge, the calm authority in his voice. "Evening, ma'am. You were speeding back there," he said. Leah apologized. She handed over her ID. He smiled, reassuringly, politely, and walked back to his cruiser. That was the last time anyone ever saw her alive. For days, Leah's family searched. Her car was found abandoned near an empty field. The engine was still warm, but there was no sign of a struggle. Her purse, phone, and wallet were gone. Detectives assumed she'd been abducted. But one small clue changed everything. A body cam clip found on a local security feed. It showed flashing lights, a uniformed figure, and a voice. Calm, confident. But when police ran the audio logs from every officer on duty that night, none of them matched the scene. There was no record of any stop in that area. Someone had been pretending to be one of them. Over the next 3 months, it happened again. Different town, different woman. Always late at night. Always on lonely stretches of road. Always routine stops that turned into disappearances. Panic began to spread. Women stopped driving at night. The real police started doubling up on patrols. But whoever this fake cop was, he was always one step ahead. It wasn't until an IT technician named Ethan Cole applied for a part-time data management contract at the local precinct that detectives stumbled across something chilling. During a random system audit, one of the officers noticed repeated unauthorized database access, always from an old, inactive account. The credentials belonged to a former IT staff member, and the access pattern showed searches for women, their addresses, photos, license numbers, and emergency contacts. Every single one of them was later reported missing. Investigators began digging into the old employee. His name? Ethan Cole. Quiet, polite, no criminal record. But as they looked deeper, a pattern began to form. Ethan had a fascination with law enforcement. Old photos showed him posing with decommissioned police cars, collecting badges, and even attending community police fundraisers dressed in mock uniforms. He'd spent years learning how cops talked, how they moved, how they thought. And when his IT contract ended, he didn't stop accessing the system. He'd been using it to stalk, to plan, to choose. In a search of his apartment, police found a closet full of uniforms, tactical belts, and fake IDs. Each one bore a different department name. But the most disturbing discovery came from a hard drive tucked beneath his bed. Inside were profiles, dozens of them, each labeled with a name, a photo, a home address, and a note. Preferred target time, night shift, lives alone, drives predictable route. He wasn't just pretending to be a cop. He was building his own investigative database, and he was using it to hunt. When detectives confronted him, Ethan denied everything. He said the gear was for cosplay, that the data files were test samples. But then they found a dash cam, not his but Leah Matthews. He'd taken from her car and kept it as a trophy. The footage showed Leah's final moments, her confusion, the fake officer's shadow leaning over the window, and the sound of her terrified voice as she realized something wasn't right. The timestamp on that footage matched the exact moment Leah disappeared. Ethan was arrested a week later, while driving another decommissioned police vehicle, complete with flashing lights, radio, and a mounted laptop. Inside his glove box, officers found a printed list of new targets. He'd been preparing to strike again. During trial, prosecutors revealed that Ethan had accessed the police network over 400 times in 2 years. Each time, he refined his method, using real patrol routes, real officer names, and even pulling active case files to stay ahead of investigators. His victims were all women who had filed police reports in the past. He chose them because he knew they trusted authority. When asked why, he gave a chilling smile. Because people believe the badge. It opens every door. Ethan Cole was sentenced to life in prison without parole. But for many, the scars he left behind were permanent. Families of the victims still struggle with the same haunting question. How can you protect yourself when the person you trust to protect you is the one hunting you? Sometimes, evil doesn't wear a mask. Sometimes, it wears a uniform. And when the lights flash behind you on a dark, empty road, you'll never truly know who's pulling you over. If this story shook you as much as it did me, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. so you never miss another true crime story that exposes the terrifying truth hiding in plain sight. Because sometimes the people who look like heroes are the monsters you never saw coming.